and Affirmations is to offer fresh light codes, sometimes guided meditation, and always guided affirmations to help you really integrate the newness of the energy so that we can step forward into it, open to changing, always to align ourselves with our highest vibrating reality in our now moment for the good of all and the harm of none. So if that resonates with you, then hang out with me now for the next 40, 45 minutes. Mwah. And we'll have some fun. So exciting. Let's see who's here. Hey, Angie. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Anastasia. Okay, good. We got Soul Family here. I'm going to open up the YouTube on my phone to make sure it looks good and sounds good. And then we'll start the message. Check, check, check. Oh, she's on.
Check, check, check.
It's so exciting. Oh, we're really here together. Oh, thank you for joining me. Okay, so I'm just going to get to the messages. The first things I want to do today are offer some spiritual guidance and inspiration. Now, as always, if this doesn't resonate, then don't take it. Always prioritize your spirit and what you feel in your heart and what resonates as your integrity before anything I say. Okay. Take a deep breath. This is an adult program. I may use adult language. And if you are driving or something, do not do any of the things that I say to do with your body. Okay. So the first thing that I want to bring to everyone's attention is the topic of self-value. Self-value. And I'm going to give an analogy that I just gave to a few of you moments ago on the private session. Some of us, we get 70%, and we're so grateful for that 70%. We don't want anyone to take it away from us. So we pretend that the 70% is 100%. We settle. And we pretend. We gaslight ourselves. And we say, this is enough. Because if I reach for any more, I might be on unstable ground. I might lose what I have. And I've never had it this good before. How dare I ask for more? I want you to look right at that part of yourself right now. Take a deep breath. I want you to take both hands, put them on your heart, and repeat after me. My heartfelt dreams are reasonable. That which would feel like the satisfaction of my heartfelt dreams and desires is completely possible for me. Take a deep breath. Repeat after me. My wants, my needs, and my heartfelt desires are completely reasonable. My spirit wanted me to say something else. Repeat after me. My wants, my needs, my heartfelt dreams and desires are destined for me. Of course, they are reasonable because they are completely possible and already exist in my now moment. And so it is. And now I want to speak to you from this place. So there are the beginnings of the streams that take you to that which you want to manifest, already existing in your now moment. Right now, in your reality, with what you've got going on, you may not be able to, or you may not have been perceiving, you may not be able to perceive immediately its full manifestation right in front of you, but there may be a stream, a point, the beginning of something that leads to that. So, my spiritual advice for you in this time is as things start to remind you of the pathway to your dreams, as things start to feel like, oh my gosh, this could really unfold in my favor. And that's amazing. As you start to sense that you are being led towards that manifestation, I want you to make sure you open up to it and you embrace it. All right? Now is the time when it naturally comes up that, oh my gosh, I think this could be an opportunity here for me. It's not a coincidence. It's a divine synchronicity. It's a portal moment. Those are powerful. And what I'm seeing for us is it's really a lot of streams opening up to us at once, but we are multidimensional. And so, because we are multidimensional, we are able to activate multiple opportunities at once. We're just really not used to things going so well. We're so used to having one foot out the door, ready to catch us if we fall, that we don't realize that that one foot being in that energy of preparing to fail is self-sabotage and is an energy that holds us back. It's important for us to remember we have failed and we have fallen before, and enough really, to where most of us adults here, we can land on our feet. We don't need one foot out that door ready to catch us anymore. We've got enough experience and instincts and reflexes to where we can step 2 feet into new opportunities, into it really feels like situations and environments that you can feel how they will perpetuate into your life being exactly what you always wanted it to be. I think a lot of people, as they feel that, they're going to feel doubt. No way, it couldn't be. Or people who don't always put a lot of value on their dreams, when their dreams start to feel so palpable for them because they're sensing these streams that could lead them into activating the manifestation of their dreams. I think this could have some people also feel like no way, like double down on denying themselves their dreams. So I like hope this video can reach all those who are in all those places so that I can say to you right now, if something's reminding you of your dreams, if you think engaging or interacting with something could make your life better, then maybe you're smart. Maybe you're intelligent. Maybe the universe is giving you a sign. Maybe you deserve to have your life feel a little better. If it's for the good of all and the harm of none, if there's no immediate integrity red flags, and the only problem is that it might make my life better, it might make me face the fact that my life is 70% and I'm pretending it's 100%. I'm 70% happy when I could be 100%. That I have these dreams and goals that I've kind of been hiding from everyone and even myself, but I could actually just make them real in this moment. Universe is giving me the opportunity. Take a deep breath. Repeat after me. Of course, the universe provides me with opportunity to manifest the life of my dreams. I'm open to it. I move forward with an open heart to accept the manifestation of my heartfelt dreams and desires. And so it is. Oh, all right, let's read the chats. Oh my God, Angie, I'm so excited for you. A new entrepreneur. I'm so glad you're stepping into that opportunity. That's freaking awesome. That makes me very, very, very excited. Feel tons of good energy around that, by the way. So that's super dope. As our friends continue to upshift and evolve their lives, living proof. Okay, I have more to tell you. I just want to let you simmer in that for a moment. Okay. Have we simmered? And so, in this energy, the things that you're going to feel come up for you, the things you're going to feel challenged by, the things I want you to be willing to face as a grown up, are areas where before you were okay with being unsatisfied. Excuse me. Areas where you were okay with not really reaching the mark in terms of attaining what you truly desire from the engagement. Here's the thing, this only applies to you in inanimate situations and opportunities. If you want to become a doctor, like, you can find the way to go to school. If you do not have the funds, then you may spend half your life raising those fucking funds. But if that really feels like it's in your heart and soul to do that, then you do that. And then let's say you die before you become a doctor. On your deathbed, you will not have any regrets. And you will say, I always pursued everything I wanted. I never stopped pursuing my dream. And you will have a happy spirit. Okay. By allowing yourself to engage with these new streams of opportunity, with these new little avenues, it's like little roads, these new little, oh, I didn't even notice there was an opening there. Let's try. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. As you engage with these new pathways that really feel like, oh shit, if I do this, my life might get really amazing. Oh my God. Open yourself up to that. And as you step into that, all the parts of you that were low vibrating, that don't resonate with how you're open to your life getting better, they're going to come up so that they can fall away, so you can cease and release them. Okay. So every time we start to raise in vibration and we consider our life getting better, and then we open ourselves up so our life can get better, a lot of the ways that we behave that block that, or that don't resonate with that higher way of being, they come up. You want to do a cease and release for those things, okay? So you want to do a little cease and release together. Let's do it. Take a deep breath up your chakras. Take a deep breath regular. I didn't really warn you. On your next deep breath, have the inhale start at your root and go up your spine and out the top of your head, the whole inhale. And then have the exhale. Imagine like waterfalls around you. Deep breath in your nose. And out the crown chakra. Okay. Soften us up a little bit. Repeat after me. As I come to realize the things that I do that don't help me, I let myself stop and release the pattern. As I come to realize and notice the things that I do that do not contribute to my well-being, I allow myself to cease and release in this moment. And so it is. I allow myself to cease and release any way of being that I come to realize doesn't help me. And so it is. And take a deep breath. Okay, so we've done some affirmations. I've given you some light codes. It really feels like we're just warming up. I'm quite enjoying today's session. Okay. So back to what I was saying moments ago about how where you have the power are these kind of inanimate interactions. So, for instance, you may have a specific desire in the quality of the human interaction that you have. You may be like, I want to have this kind of relationship with an organization or with a group of people or with a person. And if you keep it neutral, then you will manifest it. But you just can't say, I want to have this kind of interaction with that person. You can't do that. Or with that organization. You can't do that. You can't do that. So everyone's got their own. But if you keep it open, I want to have this particular kind of interaction with someone, it will occur if you keep it neutral. With some organization, you can be kind of specific, but you really can't be too specific because ultimately you would never want to encroach on another person's own free will. And I have a whole video that I need to do to update you guys on like free will. But I won't do that in this video because that will just have us run over. If you want to remind me, if I don't make one in the next couple days, just send me a message, remind me. That'd be great. That'd be great, thanks. Okay, so where you're going to find that there is a lot of room for manifesting and for making change and moves in yourself and how you choose to behave and act in life and in how you choose to move forward. You're going to feel all this opportunity as long as you're willing to acknowledge that your life could get not like 2 times better, not like 3 times better, but that life could enter this space where it feels expansive always, where you might not be able to really fathom how big and amazing it gets. And that kind of limitlessness, well, that can almost be extenuating for an earth sign. That kind of limitlessness can feel like a lack of control when you're not capable of visualizing just how good it could be, because it's beyond your comprehension, because you haven't allowed yourself to even imagine that level of greatness in the manifestation of your life. Because I think it was like you didn't want to get your hopes up and you didn't want to get disappointed. But what I want you to know is when it comes to the life of your dreams, of your heartfelt dreams and desires, the heart, which is the 5th dimension portal, the home of the love vibration, which is the language of the 5th dimension, which is heaven on earth. So manifesting these particular 5th dimensional dreams and desires manifest the particular heavenly life on earth for you. So know that these dreams are your roadmap for your life. You will notice that your dreams that you have for yourself are very specific to you. It's like, yeah, some kids want to be astronauts, some kids want to be a policeman, some kids want to be a doctor. Okay. This continues into adulthood, but it specifies more and more. And it becomes more like the quality of life that you want to have and the quality of the interactions that you want to have. And every single interaction that you have with even the inanimate objects of your life, like your home and your career. The quality of those relationships. You will find that you can be more and more specific with how you want them to go, because you will realize that how you behave has a profound impact on how those circumstances manifest. And prior to this energy, I think we all collectively assumed that our behavior was kind of set in stone. And what we are finding in this energy is our behavior is very much like lizard skin, and how it keeps falling away, and there is fresh and fresh behavior available. Because there is a higher self available to you from within you that kind of comes online from within, pushing low vibrational qualities out. Just like that's another way to describe what I mentioned a little earlier. As you start to engage with more high vibrating behaviors, the components of you that do not resonate with that high vibration come up. They become you become very aware of them. They come up into your frontal lobe, so to speak, so that you can cease and release, so you can acknowledge their exit. And sometimes it's really easy. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you really almost feel the desire to go back into the old pattern. And you're like, wait a minute, there's another way. And the angels sing for you when you do that, and you cease and release that way. Other times it's really easy. It's really beautiful. And it'll just be like a moment where you're like, oh my God, usually I would do this one way, and then I just did it a totally different way, and it was way higher vibrational. Wow, oh my gosh. Old me would have done this that way. I'm not going to do that anymore. Sometimes it's retrospective like that. It's always nice. The willingness to embody a version of yourself that is resonant with you, with your integrity, with your spirit, but a version of yourself that behaves in a way that manifests a reality that feels like heaven on earth for you. Well, that is a complete possibility at this time. So if we are just constantly open to change and changing from within, and specifically changing how we behave, we have so much power in what manifests based on how we choose to interact, what we choose to bring to interactions in life, whether it's how you interact with your morning routine, how you interact with your cooking of your meals, how you interact with the roads when you're driving or riding your bicycle, how you interact with your lover, your partner, how you interact with your boss, with your students, with your peers, how you interact with reality in general, your pet, your fingernails, everything. It's the quality of your input in these interactions that you have so much power over, and therefore you have so much power literally over how most components of your life manifest simply by changing how you behave. Yes, I have repeated that many times. I hope it is clear. You've got the power as long as you're willing to be flexible in how you choose to behave. So, stubborn qualities, like if you were planning on definitely being a certain way, if you're planning on definitely being a certain way, definitely acting a certain way, or definitely needing things to go a certain way, or like have like a need, if you had like a need to present a certain way, you're going to find that all those stubborn qualities are really challenged in this energy. All those stubborn qualities are really challenged. It's going to be, those are all going to be called up into the forefront to be ceased and released. And another thing I want to say to you all is that this is going to be a very personal experience, okay? So I don't recommend you prioritizing anyone else's personal growth experience unless they're your child. Like if they are your child, that's a different story. But this is an adult program, so for adults, really let everyone have their own personal experience. Whatever light codes or whatever growth you get from this video, keep them for yourself. Absorb all of them. Whatever inspiration you get from this video, and whatever these light codes do for you moving forward, I just want you to absorb all of them and keep them for yourself. If you feel like you have a friend or you know someone who could benefit from these light codes, just give them the video link. Share the whole video. I want you to start to absorb, and this is kind of going to take us into the next light code. I want you to start to absorb all of the goodness for yourself. There has been this epidemic lately in the collective where people feel like socialists with their good energy, where before, like they do the work, where people do the work, they do all this personal growth work, all this discipline on their own, with their own energy, their own discipline. Sometimes it's their own money, but it's definitely their own effort and their own energy, their own real life force energy that they put in with discipline to do this fucking personal growth work. And then they get real growth that happens. They witness it and they feel this good feeling of personal power start to activate within them. And then they share it with everybody. Then they go and they just share it with everybody. And then they kind of find themselves back where they started. And they know more, but they don't really feel like they've got the oomph to move forward to manifest the life of their dreams, which is really why they were doing the personal growth work. Because this thing happens where we do all this personal growth work and then our vibration raises and it feels so good, but we're really only used to functioning at 70% happiness. So to allow ourselves to embody even more goodness and high vibrations in our body, to fill up that happiness battery even more, would force us to acknowledge that, oh shit, I'm capable of more. I'm capable of feeling more. Hold on. The lights and the light comes in. Okay, sorry. Just had to have an ADD moment. Oh. Oh, sorry. Had to have a dramatic moment. So, a lot of us think that we can't even handle all the goodness that we feel that activates inside of us. Like, we feel uncomfortable by the feelings of our vibration raising and of like us becoming more powerful, and we willingly give it away. Like, try and inspire others with our ideas in one way or another. It's like, no, dude, no, no. You want to absorb that. You want to absorb it. You want to, every bit of high vibrational activation that has occurred inside your body, I want you to absorb every little bit of it for yourself and let your vibration fucking raise. And you will be changed and you're going to feel healthier and happier, even if you might still be sick or whatever the fuck you got going on. You might still have that shit going on. However, you will find that your approach must change. And what has this whole lesson today been about? But it's about the impact of our approach and the quality of the energy, of our energy that we provide to any interaction. The quality of our approach to any circumstance is extremely powerful. So, of course, as we get smarter, as we get fucking smarter, we are going to shift our approach because we understand that's where the power lies. So, of course, we feel all this hesitance and awkwardness and imposter syndrome right before the portal, right before we actually, excuse me, step into making the change. Because we know that on the other side of change is the unknown. I don't know. What will happen with all this happiness? What will I do with all this greatness? With all this wonder in my life? What will I do? Will I be able to handle it? It's like, really? That's what you're going to worry about? Silly. Your main challenge now is just going to let yourself be powered up by the bliss of the feedback inside of yourself that you get from building a healthy connection with your inner self through doing your personal growth work. And by doing your personal growth work, after all these years as an adult, you have reached a certain place of happiness inside of yourself. Let yourself have that without giving that to other people, and just let yourself have that and just have it and just be it. And keep that as a private personal experience for yourself and watch how you change and watch how you grow personally, privately. just for yourself first, until it's no longer so new and exciting and easy to give away. Once it's fully embodied and you fully have embraced the manifestation of your higher vibrational self that you have earned through the personal growth work that you have done with your own friggin' time and effort, you are changed. You are different. You are a new vibration. You do not go back. It is you. And then the quality of you that you bring to your interactions, your approach is naturally different. And then it is a perfect time to share whatever it is that you want to fucking share. I'd like to share my journey of growth with you. But you don't share it while you're still coming to terms with what it is. You share it once you're changed. I hope that makes sense for you. I want to look and see what everyone is saying in the chat. Oh, okay, so the message is resonating. Oof. Powerful. Very powerful. So this is a really beautiful energy of acknowledging and reaping what you sow in the personal growth work realm. You have done things for yourself, and I want you to enjoy it for yourself, and just that. And just let yourself become comfortable and believe that you can feel better and you can be better because what's weird is it's like you're inspired to change, right, from the inside out as you raise in vibration. You're inspired to change, and a part of you is like, oh, you really think you could be that great? This happens for a lot of people. They get this inner critique, inner like bully, like, you really think you could be that much better? And then you've got to be like, okay, hater, chill out. I'm done settling at 70% when I feel that 100% right there inside of me ready to go. I think I'd enjoy my life way more if I would just let myself open up to changing and being this better self that you're claiming that I think is so much better. Like, you confuse with yourself here. Acknowledge that you created this self-protective inner bully because it protected you in a way. It prevented you from taking big steps and fumbling. But guess what? You still took big steps in other ways and fumbled. And that's why I say, you've fallen down enough. Like, you don't need to keep one foot out the door ready to catch your fall. Because if you have 2 feet on the ground in reality right now, as your now currently smart self, you will realize that you can see where the floor is slippery and just walk around it. Okay? I think that there's going to be a lot of internal battles in people right now, having to deal with and feel with the energy of, am I worthy of this? Am I worthy of this? Maybe I should just settle. Am I worthy of this? Maybe I should just, you know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of, as people feel the opening of opportunity in their life, and as people start to feel these streams of opportunity start to reveal themselves to them, people are going to really question and feel a lot of imposter syndrome. Like, no way, could it be? Oh my God. Because before, it was just a dream that was kind of private inside of you. But once it starts to feel real, and it feels like, you know, you're looking in a mirror, your hope gets activated. You kind of start to visualize yourself. You start to dream naturally. I want you to notice that, okay? If it's for the good of all and the harm of none, if it aligns with that heartfelt integrity and you can see clearly with your friggin' intelligence, it's for the good of all and the harm of none. That might be your pathway in manifesting heaven on earth for you. And we're multidimensional, so you may be getting multiple opportunities at this time, and they're going to flow like an orchestra. But it's going to change the quality of your life very rapidly. And the first way that it's going to change you is it's going to change the way that you interact with reality. It's going to change the way that you approach every single circumstance in your life. As long as you are open to that, you will find that there is rapid change and growth in your life. This is really exciting. So let's take a deep breath. And repeat after me. As I move forward, I embrace rapid growth in my life from the inside out. As I raise my vibration, I choose to make changes in the way that I behave. As I move forward, I choose to change my approach to any and all circumstances so that I may continue to align with my highest vibrating reality for the good of all and the harm of none. I move forward with an open heart, attuned to love. I am willing to interact with reality as the love vibration, and so it is. Take a deep breath. Repeat after me. I am valuable. My wants and needs have value. And as a grown-up, I have the power to manifest these things for myself in a sovereign way, and so it is. It's my birthright to see through to the manifestation of my dreams. It is my birthright to pursue living the life of my dreams, of my heartfelt reality, and being the highest version of myself in my now moment for the good of all and the harm of none. And so it is. Now you have to let yourself be open to that change. You want to let yourself be open to understanding that as you drop away these habitual ways of acting and being that don't actually contribute, there are other ways of being that are already available inside of you. Okay? Sometimes you need an example of what these ways of being are. I think a lot of us are going to be compelled and inspired to want to interact with some different people in our lives. Maybe people who are more successful than us, maybe people who are older than us, maybe interact with some, more wiser mentors, or, different teachers in these fields or in these opportunities that we're interested in. You may want to align yourself with environments or people that kind of look like the life you already want to have, so that you have some examples on how people who are doing kind of what you already want to do, on how they act. Because you might feel like the vibration and the impetus to be a certain way, but you might feel insecure in acting it out because you don't have an experience. And that's okay, because we're all different ages and we're at different levels, and we're just where our comfort is. And so I don't want to be like a harsh teacher. You can be inspired by others, but you want to make sure you align yourself with people who are doing the things that you admire, where it vibrates, you look up to it. So you can have an example, you can have an inspiration. Okay, well, how would this person handle this? Well, let's see. And so in some circumstances, it has to be in the circumstances of going and getting more training, or getting a mentor, or putting yourself in different social circles, or going to different networking events or things like that, where you can align with people who are of the vibration of the version of you that you feel coming up and out. And it may feel like, you're a little bit of that Sagittarius loner. But I want to remind you that as you ride into the sunset, you also have others on their horses riding into the sunset next to you. It's just right now, I want you to focus on absorbing your feelings of potential for yourself first. Absorbing all the feelings of, I can do this. This is possible for me because you're already powered up to do it. Your feelings of passion, those are directly fused with that heartfelt dream and desire. So, as close as you can get to the vibration of your heartfelt dream and desire and act upon that pathway to it, the more power you're going to activate inside of you to manifest it. Because the things that really get your heart going and get your passion going are the things that power you forward. That's why, like, we always say, like, try to make money doing things you enjoy, because then you don't really have to go home and decompress as much, because there's nothing compressing on you when you're working. Because if you can find work you do that somehow gives back to you in some way besides the financial back end, but actually gives back to you energetically while you're doing it, or if you can find a way to approach the work you do in a way where you feel the interaction with the work you're doing doesn't compress on you so much, then when you go home, you don't have to decompress. Then there's no longer a recovery. So just start to notice that, do I have to? Do I have to interact with this experience, and do I have to have this kind of relationship with this experience right now? Because right now I need it to recover from it. Is this the only way I can interact? Is there a way that I can shift my approach? Start to notice that. This is a beautiful time for personal evolution and creating upgrades in your life, of your personal life, and of your personal approach to things. Again, you can't force people to act a certain way, okay? But if you're really like, you feel in your heart that there's a certain quality of interaction that you dream about, then definitely, you know, embody that. Embody that. I was a waitress in college. And then I told myself, after college, no, because I went to college, I got the fine arts degree in dance. So I was having my dance company. I was a professional dancer. I was in a dance company. I was like, no, I'm not waitressing anymore. I'm committing full time to being a professional dancer. Oh my God. I had to dance so fucking much in order to pay all my bills in Miami. And then I ended up opening a gallery, a production space in Wynwood. This was 2010 and 11. So it was maybe only $1,700 to rent the whole gallery with the apartment attached. So it was amazing, amazing 2 years of my life, right? So I was running this space, and it started getting expensive. There's equipment I wanted to buy for the shows that I was producing and things like that. And so I went back to waitressing. And I remember in those years that I was running the gallery and that I was also waitressing, I was having a big part of my spiritual awakening. It's when I started teaching astral travel meditations, which I don't do anymore. We got to stay in body now. But I used to read auras, would do aura color readings, fun things like that. I was wire wrapping crystals. It was really, the beginning levels of that spiritual approach to life. And why am I telling you this? Oh, right. So I'm waitressing. And I just remember, like, I wasn't a good waitress. I was kind of forgetful. Like, I remember I'd, like, wake up in the middle of the night and be like, oh, those people asked me for ketchup. I forgot. I just wasn't a good waitress. Which is why I have not gone back to waitressing after that. It's the hardest I've ever worked. It's the most manual labor I've ever done. Thank you, God. It's a lot of fucking work. Holy shit. Anyways, this is a lot of work. And I felt like I didn't like the interaction with all my managers there, because it was a big place. I didn't like the interactions. So I was just learning about, manifestation. And so what I decided to do is I did one of those classic, The Secret manifestation meditations, where I just visualized all my managers together telling me, oh my God, Brigette, we love you so much. We love the work that you do. We love how you act. We love your energy. We love how you behave. We wish everyone was like you. You are the best. That I visualized all of them coming to me and saying that, and I had to accept the compliments, because I had to put myself in the situation. So I had to accept the compliments and feel that feeling of like, I'm appreciated, and joy of that experience of them complimenting me. And I embodied that version of myself that was worthy of those compliments, right? But then after that meditation, I had to remember the vibration of what that version myself was, so that I could reverse engineer and become her. So suddenly my approach to the work that I did in that restaurant was just different energetically through and through. I allowed myself to fully embody the vibration that I found in that visualization meditation. That version of myself that was getting those compliments, I allowed myself to embody her and be her. And I'm not fucking lying to you when I say, separately though, not all together, all 4 managers came to me and said the exact same thing to me, and they weren't in cahoots with each other because it was separate shifts, different times. But all over the course of like one weekend. Can you believe that shit? They each came to me, Bridget, you're so great. I love the work that you do. I wish everyone was like you. By the second or third one, I was in that space where I was like, holy shit, is this a conspiracy? Like, did they gather in a back room? And then it's like, no, bitch, you did the meditation and you listened to the rules. So, I've actually never shared that story with any of you guys before, just because I haven't ever had a circumstance that felt worthy of sharing that story. That's a very impactful story for me because it's a time that I innocently but wholeheartedly embodied and embraced a vibration in order to manifest a circumstance, and it actually worked. But the way that I manifest it was embodying all of my power of approach. I completely embodied a change in my approach in order to activate the version of reality where those people would consider saying those things to me. Now, I want to remind you, anything you want to manifest, when you visualize it, if it's not possible, if it doesn't feel possible, or if the visualization has some kind of harm in it, then it can't manifest. Because truly, when you are accessing your imagination in order to do these manifestation visualizations, your imagination is a portal. And it's through your imagination that you are able to view all the multidimensional realities that you have access to. And so there are realities where you're, who knows, right? There's just tons, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Which is why free will feels so flexible, even though it's kind of finite, because there are just still so many options and versions of reality out there for you. So, with that said, when we get into our imagination, we can sense all the potential. We pull one in and we manifest it. But if it's not in the field of potential, then it's not actually going to manifest, and you're just going to act in an aberrant manner. And that's our message. Those are our messages, I should say. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Thank you so much for giving all the love and validation and sharing your stories in the chat. I respect your privacy, so I don't have it on live chat replay. So if you're watching the replay of this, you won't be able to read the chat, but don't worry. There was something I thought you needed to read in the chat. I would have read it out loud. Mostly it's just people's personal business and love. So I love you guys so much. Usually I do these sessions on Zoom, but I have been doing these sessions, one on Thursday, and I'm also doing one tomorrow here as well. I've been doing these sessions for so many years now, and I have so many hundreds of recordings on my Zoom cloud that now Zoom wants to charge me a lot of money to continue to record on the cloud, and I just don't want to pay all that money. So while I'm in transition and figuring out how exactly I want to continue to stream and record these members only sessions, this week I'm doing these members only sessions here on YouTube. With that said, if you use a streaming service that, where you stream and you're able to record and save the footage, and you'd like to recommend it to me, I am so open for recommendations, but please do direct message it to me on Instagram at Love Steady Life so that I can ask you questions. And thank you for joining me. And this was a lot of fun. Thank you for holding this incredible space for me to be able to bring through these messages and to give this spiritual guidance. I hope it was powerful for you. I hope it's helpful for you and inspiring for you. And if it's not, then poo-poo everything I said, because this is purely only to help. Have a beautiful weekend. Please take care of yourselves. If you are new to this work that I do, I'm Oracle Brigette, and I'm a professional psychic and educator and artist here in Miami, Florida. I have membership cycles and tiers on my website. Go check them out. Mwah. We save every single one of these sessions on my video portal in the website. So go check out my website, lovesteadylife.com. I have ebooks that I've written. I have seasonal energy reports that I have written as well. Just tons of awakening resources for you and a lot of complimentary things as well. So I hope it all helps. I'm here for you to assist you as we continue to ascend, embodied, manifesting heaven on earth in our now moments for the good of all and the harm of none. And so it is. Mwah. I love you, my dears. I'll see you soon. Bye. End stream.